Dr. Rose Dyson, you are the author of the book Mind Abuse, Media Violence in an Information Age. How are you going to end excessive violence in the media when people seem to be so tickled by carnage?
Well, it's certainly a challenge. Excessive violence on the screen, any kind of screen, video games, computer use, or television is bad. There are many of us in the healthcare delivery field who are trying to get the word out there.
And if that means everyone coming together and punching people in the face that aren't listening and stabbing them in the throat, we are going to decapitate some people in order to make a point. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I wouldn't personally use those kinds of tactics. I'm a person that believes in dialogue and... a
dreamer.
Well, yes, I've certainly been called that before.
Yes, me too.
We really need to find better ways to resolve our differences.
I came to the realization that media may play a role in why we're so violent. Is that true?
Well, it is.
For sure, though, Guy?
Yes, I think so, particularly for steady, heavy viewing diets of entertainment media with violence.
What forms of media are the biggest problems?
I would think that video games, violent video games, are especially problematic. And young people who are really immersed in this kind of entertainment demonstrate an increasing disregard for civil liberties and the rights of others.
Well, as someone responsible for media entertainment, I certainly do my part to make sure it's not too violent.
And we need more people who don't rely on the cheap commercial ingredients of violence because they're easy hooks. You're obviously not one of them, John.
We get a little violent sometimes. Okay. It's one thing for people to absorb violence through entertainment, but isn't the real problem how the news warps reality?
Well, it can be in some cases, especially for very young children. And I think there's a responsibility on the part of news programmers to reduce the emphasis on violence.
So why is it okay to show an image like this on television, but you can't show an image like this? It's funny because the viewer will be wondering what the blurred image is, but they'll never get to see it because it's being shown on television. It's funny.
What is the image?
Oh, I'll show you.
Oh, God, John. That's horrible. Anything that revolting should be blurred.
I agree. I'm gonna grab a coffee. Tired today. Just exhausted.
Was that a vagina? It looked like a bag of fingers.
But why doesn't the news report happy stories?
Because they believe it's easier to capture and hold people's attention with bad news than good news.
Well, maybe it's just how the news is being reported to them. Maybe if the anchor was a little more gregarious and lovely, like a certain someone I know, the world would like to hear happy news stories. As a matter of fact, if you'll excuse me... Now, if you'll excuse me... I'm gonna go beat the news at their own game. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Good evening, and welcome to the Happy, Love, Togetherness, and Niceness Evening News. I'm Jon Dore. Our top story tonight, a local clown helped deliver a puppy's litter of kittens this afternoon. The kittens were born wearing bows. In Washington, a woman and her 2 sons died, laughing after watching a movie last night. The movie made the family feel, quote, like we were being tickled under our armpits by the mane of a pony named Moonbeam. A West Side mall was the site of a scary incident this afternoon. A woman carrying shopping bags was almost forced to put them down before opening a door, if it weren't for the quick thinking of a complete stranger.
I noticed she was carrying shopping bags with both hands. So I thought, you know, maybe I should hold the door open for her.
Yeah, it saved me a lot of trouble.
It was the right thing to do.
Yeah. Still got them.
And now, with an early look at our forecast, over to Jeff. Jeff.
All right, now sunny skies overhead is going to put sunshine into the hearts of mankind everywhere. but expect some light showers this evening. Showers that will help perpetuate the cycle of wondrous life. John?
And now, with a look at last night's sports score, here's Chris.
你好，小朋友，我的名字克里斯多夫高恩。这个小姐好可爱，我要听你的奶奶。我要回去罗斯福路3段那个889。我的朋友 Jon Dore。
Nothing more satisfying than a game ending in a tie. For all of us here at the Happy, Love, Togetherness, and Niceness News, I'd like to say good night and love each other. You idiots!
Come here, you son of a bitch! I'll kill you!